Hey guys, it is Jack here, that vegan dad here for a taste test review. I'm not sitting down at the moment. I've got a lot going on in the kitchen. I'm cooking away on this latest range from Birds Eye. Birds Eye have hit the market with their new mock meat range, now available in Coles supermarkets. So they have a bunch of new items. They've got 5 new mock meat items that you can find in Coles, and they are all $6.50 each. Can be found in the frozen section. So we have some burgers, plant-based burgers there. We have some chicken style strips. We have some mince. We have the chicken style tenders, and finally the plant-based balls as well down the back here. So as I said, all $6.50, all available at Coles supermarkets, and this is massive. That Birds Eye is a massive brand in Australia, overseas as well, so it is amazing that big brands are starting to see that the growing demand for plant-based options. As I said guys, I'm currently slaving away, cooking up an absolute feast for you guys to try out all these items, cooking them up in different recipes to see how they cook and of course how they taste. Anyway guys, I'm gonna show you guys the range right now, so let's get into this taste test review. Look at this absolute feast guys. So I was slaving away for you guys to make up some delicious items, put all these items to the test. We have the crispy looking tenders and the strips here as well. Got the burgers, they're looking pretty good size as well here. Look at that. That looks perfect. Also made a lasagna with the mince, and then also the meatballs. We got a spaghetti and meatballs here. As I said earlier, these are $6.50 each and available at Coles supermarkets across Australia. What I actually initially really liked about this range, there's minimal waste with these. These are all soft plastic, so you can take it to the supermarket and recycle it. And then the cardboard box for the burgers is just cardboard, and that's it. So all recyclable, which is amazing. A lot of waste with a lot of products these days, so it is great to see that more companies are opting for less wasteful packaging. Anyway, we are going to get into this taste test. Initial reaction whilst cooking it was incredible. The mince held together, the texture was on point whilst cooking it. You know, a lot of plant-based minces, you know, they go mushy when you cook them, but this mince held together incredibly well. So I'm really excited to get in all of these items. So we're gonna try out this spaghetti meatballs straight away. So here we go. There was about 22 meatballs, I'm pretty sure, in the packet, so not too bad. $6.50 for all these items are pretty comparable to other mock meat options on the market. So the meatballs are a mix between wheat, soy, and pea protein. Very easy to cook. Some meatballs out on the market, like when you cook them, they kind of like crumble apart. These have held their texture incredibly well. Even chewing into it now, the texture is incredible. Really got that kind of like beef-like sort of flavors to it. That texture is so spot on for a meatball. Those flavors are very, very tasty as well. There's quite a few different meatballs on the market, and I'm gonna have to say, guys, these are actually probably one of the front runners for me personally. You know, there's Aldi, there's Beyond. Beyond ones are a little bit juicier, whereas these ones aren't as juicy as the Beyond meatballs, but these, in terms of quality, in terms of texture, and in terms of flavor, are just so spot on, and they really have to be up there as one of the better meatballs out on the market. Very, very happy with this one. Overall, very delicious. Moving on to this mince, as I said, held together really well whilst cooking it. There are a lot of plant-based minces out there that, like, you know, go mushy when you cook it and don't really hold that texture like mince should. This one held it incredibly well and has gone perfectly in this lasagna here, guys. Just really admiring my lasagna making skills here. They're very delicious. But this texture of this mince is still held together really well. It is not mushy. It doesn't have any like overpowering soy or wheat taste. The flavors are very, very good on this one as well. So with the mince, it is predominantly a soy protein based. Again, another amazing offering here. This texture is incredible. The flavors are very delicious. And I'm actually gonna have to put it out there that this actually has to be probably one of my favorite plant-based mince. I know, big call, but the texture, the flavors are just so spot on what you want with a mince. So we have had two absolute winners so far. We are smashing through this. I really wanna try out these burgers because these burgers, like, they look really incredible, guys. Again, this one is made like wheat, soy, pea protein as well. Texture, like, it's held together really well. So let's get into this one. Texture on this one as well, guys. It was tough to pull apart. So here we go. Really good texture on it. I'm really happy with the texture overall. Probably doesn't have a lot of juiciness to it, and probably doesn't have a lot of flavor to it either. When you compare it to a lot of others out on the market, there are some massive winning products out on the market that really have that juiciness, they have that flavor down. This one has the texture down perfectly. The size, the shape of this burger is incredible. It really holds together really well when you cook it. It just kind of probably lacks a little bit on the taste and the juiciness of the product, but for $6.50 for 4 burgers, you really could not be unhappy with that. Especially when you got other plant-based burgers out on the market, which are going like $8, $9, or even $12. I am actually really happy with this one as well as an option, but it does just fall short in terms of juiciness and flavor in comparison to some other items on the market. So I really want to get into these little chicken style strips here. They look so authentic. Looking at that, they pull apart. Check that out. So this one is very bare minimum ingredients. So you got soy protein, and then you've just got some flavors in there as well with some water and some oil and some salt. Very basic, really no flavors to this one at all. But textural wise, it's tough to pull apart. It's stringy, like as you would imagine chicken strips would actually be like. What I really like about this one as well, there is actually absolutely no like strong soy taste at all. Very bland in flavors, but the texture is probably all you want for these sort of items. You know, you chuck it in like a wrap, you season it yourself. It is a good starting point, and the texture is so spot on with these guys. So I've had 4 winners already. I probably don't even have to try out these tenders because they're probably gonna be delicious as well. $6.50 for 4 of these massive style tenders. A very crispy looking at that. Just chuck that in the air fryer and it pulls apart again. Very stringy as you pull it apart. There's good texture on it already. Let's see how this one tastes. So this one is wheat and pea protein based. Texture is very, very spot on. The crumb around it is very crispy, very delicious as well. Probably the biggest downside to this one, as well as the burgers, it just probably doesn't have a lot of flavor to it in my opinion. You get a little bit of a subtle wheat taste to it as well, which is a little bit overpowering in my opinion. The crunch, the texture is incredible. If you serve this up as like with a sauce, you know, you would probably disguise that little wheat taste to it perfectly. So there you go, guys. Try them all out. This range has some absolute winners. That mince probably has to be one of my favorite minces at the moment. Those meatballs are incredible. Tenders, everything has their pros here. And you know, there's besides some little bit of flavoring that is just short of the mark, this range is absolutely incredible from Birds Eye. Very amazing options from Birds Eye. This mock meat range is incredible. $6.50 as well is really great value for a lot of people looking for mock meat items. And as I said earlier, it is fantastic to see such a big brand like Birds Eye getting behind this plant-based movement and releasing some amazing, really incredible options for vegans and people like plant-based people, vegetarians as well. So it is fantastic that these options are available, and it's really exciting that, you know, if people get behind this, that like, you know, these brands like Birds Eye will potentially reduce their meat options down the line. So it is incredible that brands like this is getting behind this movement. Anyway, guys, these are all fantastic options, $6.50 each. All available at Coles supermarkets. As I said, the flavoring on the burgers and these tenders probably could have been a little bit better. It could make this range almost flawless. Anyway, guys, that is just my opinion. If you have tried any of these products out in the range, please let me know your opinion in the comment section below. Always love hearing from you guys. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, chuck it a like, share it around, and as always, greatly appreciate it. If you enjoy these sort of taste test videos, definitely do chuck a subscribe to this channel. I do weekly vegan taste test reviews, so definitely do subscribe if that is up your alley. Anyway, guys, I have cooked up a feast. The kids are waiting for food, so until next time, I'll catch you all very soon.